Hello class. For today's project, we are going to start creating what I call a paper plushie. This is actually stuffed with Kleenex and it's designed to look like one of those candies that's in a little rectangle wrapper that you open. And I am very creatively naming my plushie Candy. This is Candy. Pink Candy. Say hi, Candy. So we're going to start working on making our paper plushie today. We will not finish it. It will take 2 classes to get this done. We are going to be doing paper crafting or sculpting with paper. You can see the legs here are bent. This is a form of paper crafting or paper sculpting. The arms, I didn't really bend them. I could curl them a little if I wanted to, but they're just shaped out of the same color paper as the legs. You don't have to use the same color for the arms and the legs. I just decided to on this one. So let's get started. I'm gonna put this Kleenex box over here. I'll need this later. And I'll put Candy the plushie, the paper plushie over here to watch as we're working. I think I'm gonna do this next one with purple. All right, so I've got scissors, I've got glue, I've got some markers to color with. The very first step that we are going to do is we're going to glue one edge of the paper so that we can make a tube like this. And we're gonna start by, before we glue, now you do not have to do this. I just want you to be able to see, and I think I'll use pink. I think it'll be dark enough. I just want you to see how much glue I'm using. I'm really only going to glue this much at the top. Again, you don't have to make that line unless you just want to. If you feel like it helps, that's fine. I'm only making it because I want to make sure you understand how much glue to use, because we're going to be gluing twice, and this is going to be the skinny strip of glue, and when we glue again, it's going to be a wider strip of glue. So all I simply want you to do here is glue a thin strip across the paper. So I'm trying really hard not to get it on the table because, you know, it's less cleanup later if we're neat now. So I'm just putting a good amount of glue in there. All right, so now that I've got my glue strip, I am actually, because you can see that Candy is flat. Well, she's kind of not flat because she's got tissue stuffed in her. I am going to fold this, and it doesn't matter. It could be down here or up here. You're basically gonna fold this over, but you want, where the line is, that you want it on the very edge. You do not want to bring this all the way up here. So let me show you. Hopefully my glue doesn't dry out. That little line, you only want to connect these 2 parts. You don't want to bring that line all the way down here because it'll make your paper plushie too skinny. All right, so let me put this back. All right, so, and it doesn't really matter where you put this. You can fold it kind of anywhere. This looks good to me. So now I want this to match the top of this page. So I'm just gonna kind of go like that. All right, and we want to make sure we didn't get any glue on the inside. We want to make sure, oops, I had a little bit. I can feel just a smidge of glue where I didn't want it. That's okay. We're gonna open this up. And that spot of glue that I didn't want there, I'm just gonna rub it a little bit with my fingers to make sure. I don't want this sticking yet. The edges are gonna get glue, but I don't want the inside sticking where my tissue can't get stuffed in there, because I'm gonna glue one end and stuff the candy and then glue the other end. All right. So before we do any more gluing, it's easier to draw, if we're gonna draw a face like candy, it's easier to do that now while the paper is flat. It's gonna be harder to do it and look messier if you stuff it and then try to draw the face. So we're gonna lay it flat. So step number 1, glue a skinny strip. Got that? Step number 1. After you glue that skinny strip, check it. Make sure your arm can get through there. We need that open because we can't stuff it if it's not open. Step number 2, draw a fun face. I'm gonna do something really quick because I wanna get to the next steps. Well, that didn't work out great. We'll just color it in. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of a SpongeBob character with the little eyelashes like that. And we'll make a happy little smiley face. And you can get more elaborate than this. Like I said, I just want to do it quick so we can get on with the candy making. All right, so I've got my face. I may have gotten a little too close to the edge. You can see Candy's face is a little more in the center. So you might want to make your face smaller than I did. Because the next thing we want to do is glue these edges. And you can see I'm getting real close to the pink cheeks. Now, your fingers are smaller than mine. This is about 2 lengths of my fingers. I think with your fingers being small, maybe you could do 3. But we want this side and this side to have that edge like paper candies do, where the paper's attached to hold the little candy inside. All right, so next thing we're gonna do, see where that line is? That's where we want the glue this time, but we want it on the inside. So this is gonna be tricky. So I'm gonna put my glue stick up just a little bit to help me. And what I wanna do is go in here and I just want to glue these 2 sides together. So if you wanna hold it up like this, you can. If you wanna lay it down on the table, you can. Sometimes I will actually roll it a little to get some glue in that corner. Poor Candy, I'm mushing my little Candy as I glue, so that's okay. Get some more glue in there. All right, I think I have enough glue, so my line is right here. I think I have enough glue that that's gonna seal those 2 sides together. So the glue is in this area. We don't want it after the line if we can avoid it, because that's where the stuffing is gonna go. All right, now, we still need that glue, so I'm gonna keep it out. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of tissue. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now we've got a nice stuffed candy here. Looks like our glue is holding pretty good there. So now, what do you think we gotta do? We gotta glue this other side shut. All right, same thing. We only want the glue in this area right here, this folded area. So we're gonna do our best to try to keep the glue stick in that area. All right, you get in there, little stuffing. I got my glue. I'm gonna grab my sides like that and pull it straight. Let me show you that again. I'm pinching one side, the other side. Pull it straight. And then you can flatten it out. And you now have a paper plushie candy. All right, so the last thing we're gonna work on today, we will not do the arms and the legs today. The last thing we're gonna work on is the little jagged edges of the paper candy. All right, now, since this guy is purple, he's kind of a light purple, it's almost a lavender. I think I'll use pink. Because what I wanna do is draw triangles. But here's the thing, normally you draw a triangle, and I'm just gonna do it on here. You draw a triangle up, down, and over. Well, we kinda don't need the over, the bottom one. Let me erase that out. We only need the up and the down. So we're gonna go up, down, and we don't need to go over. That's already a triangle. The edge of the paper makes a triangle. So we're gonna go up, down. And notice that I'm hitting the line. I'm stopping at the line. Up, hit the line, go down. Up, hit the line, go down. So I got about 4 triangles in there. So you could get 4 or 5. It depends on how big you make your triangles. So I'm gonna go up, hit the line, stop, and come down. 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 All right, now, put my marker away. Here is how you're gonna cut out the edges of your paper candy. You're gonna snip to the top of the triangle. Snip left, snip right. I don't think I snipped quite as far up as I needed to. Hang on. Snip. Yeah, you may need to snip a couple times to get it. Oh, there it comes out. Ooh, his stuffing's coming out. So I'm gonna take my scissors and poke his stuffing back in there. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could probably put a little glue in there. Use my finger. There we go, make sure that stays down. Wipe my finger off. Get the tissue off my finger, or it's a little messy. All right, so let's try this again. Snip to the top, snip to the top. Ooh, that fell out easy. Snip to the top, snip to the top. Oh, good, that one came out. Snip to the top, snip to the top. One side is done. All right, flip it over. Snip. Oh, and I will show you what I'm doing with my pinky. My pinky is under there kind of holding the scissors so I'm steady, because I feel like I'm not steady like that. I mean, you could rest your hand down on the table when you do it just to help you get steady. If you hold it in the air, it's gonna be hard. Like I have a hard time. That's why I put my pinky under there and snip. You could also make sure to keep your fingers out of the way. Put it on the table to keep it steady. Like I've got the blade on the table. Blade on the table, snip to the top, blade on the table, snip to the top, blade on the table, snip to the top, blade on the table, snip to the top. You have to steady the blade of your scissors so that you can get a good cut. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your paper plushie is halfway done. Next week, we're gonna add some arms and legs. Have fun, guys.